Happy New Year!
Hey everybody, it's New Year's Day today. We've just had lunch and we want to start with installing our brand new water maker.
So we've never done anything like this before. We've never installed a water maker. We did make one Facebook post asking if there's any tips or tricks for installing a water maker, and we did contact Seawater Pro just to make sure that we would have the pieces that we were going to need. So we asked them for some dimensions before the water maker got shipped to us.
There's lots of really good YouTube videos by Seawater Pro and other YouTubers on exactly how to install this. So we're not going to do the same thing. What we want to do is to see whether we can install this in one single day out here in a remote, pretty rocky and rolly Anchorage, and whether we can get that done in one day.
Yeah.
We don't have any assistance.
Nope, no assistance.
We're not going to use the internet.
Internet's off.
And we're not going to call Seawater Pro, but they do have really good assistance in it if anyone actually needed it.
What we are going to do is use this manual that they sent with the Seawater Pro water maker and see if this is enough to help us install this water maker. Now, we're fortunate that Seawater Pro is allowing us to do a giveaway. We had so much fun with the last giveaway that Seawater Pro is letting us give away $500 to one of you guys that are watching this video.
Yeah, so all you have to do to be in the chance for that is like the video, watch it obviously, subscribe to us, and then just comment what you think in hours and minutes, how long it took for us to do this.
Yeah, so dead simple. If you're within 2 hours of the correct total time for install, then you get 2 entries into the competition. And if you make a guess and you're way off, it's okay. You still get 1 entry into the competition for $500 towards a brand new Seawater Pro water maker.
So I'm going to start the timer now. Ready everyone? Let's see. Can we do this in one single day out here in the middle of nowhere? Timer starts now.
Let's go. So the first thing we have to do, because I peeked at this ahead of time, is to install this boost pump. So this boost pump gets installed with this strainer. So let's go do that.
We have a spare through hull and seacock here because we don't use all 4 bathrooms. So I've plumbed in some pipe here and then our strainer that we're going to use, and this is where we're going to be getting our salt water from. Then we've got the boost pump, and that's what I'm wiring up now. So that took me all about an hour and a half, so it's all pretty new to me, so it still takes a little while. But now I got to wire up the boost pump controller. So it always feels a bit weird to me to cut off these factory ends. Just doesn't seem quite right. Okay. Split things. Heat gun's my favourite part. So this is all in the port hull. All I need to do now is secure the wiring, and then I'm going to run a blue water hose from the boost pump here all the way up into the saloon. So we'll see you up there.
All right, we've pulled out the fridge a little bit, and now we're getting ready to cut here. Well, I've already cut a little bit, and this is where the control panel is going to go. So this is about where the panel goes. Unfortunately, we have to pause working for a second because we are hopefully going to be making a passage tomorrow, and we have to go plan that with another ship that we're buddy boating with. So the timer is at 1:55, but we have to kind of hold up here what we're doing. So we're going to stop the timer right now, and we'll start it again when the video picks back up. So we're back from passage planning, and it went well. We should be leaving tomorrow early morning, which means we have to hustle up with this, which is not going to happen. It's going to be a late night. So the next thing we're doing is we're making a base for the big motor to sit on, and it's heavy. From the tips that I was told, if you use like Sikaflex to make the base, it will vibrate less. It'll help dampen the vibration. So I have these screws that are in the corner, and they're gonna hold it off of the ground level kind of, and by going a little bit through, and then put the Sikaflex on the bottom of this, and then when the Sikaflex is all dry and everything, I'll be able to take the screws out, and it'll just be attached with Sikaflex. So hopefully it won't vibrate as much. So I've adjusted the screw height a little bit. I've lowered them so that this Sikaflex will press out more. So I'm just gonna go underneath there, and I'll press it down, and then I'll take the camera down and show you where I put it.
Or I might be able to look through the picky hole.
Maybe. Fancy meeting you here. So this is the pad down, and we're just gonna give that a little bit of drying time. Now to get out of here. Not that way. Okay, success.
We've just attached this high pressure hose to the membrane case. Much easier to do that out here than in that small space. The membranes themselves come already pre-installed inside the membrane cases, and we've put one already in there. So now we've just got to put the other one in. It's starting to get quite late. I haven't looked at the timer, but my guess is around 6 hours.
Hey, no more hints.
all right. It's taken quite a bit of time to run all the piping and electrical and everything through the boat to all the different spots we're using. If we could just install it all right here on the table, it would be super quick, but that's the time consuming part. Anyway, next thing we're doing is the high pressure pump. There's nice clear instructions, so there's 6 sets of wires coming out, and it tells you which ones to bundle into 2 groups. So pretty simple. And then I'm going to also take the opportunity to remove the oil cap that it comes in with packaging, or shipping I suppose, and put the vented one in. And then the actual pump itself is super heavy, so I'm going to get Darcy to lift that and take it over into position.
Oh, will you now?
Yeah. I have tried, but...
I'm gonna put this on the pad that we Sikaflex down earlier. I think it's dry enough. I have a couple of screws holding it kind of like in place, so even if it's not fully dry, it'll be okay for now. Oh,
Tight squeeze.
you're here.
Having a break.
No, I was not having a break. I was planning. It's super tight back here. I really wish that we would have installed the water maker earlier, because then it would be done.
Earlier in the day or earlier in the year before we put the fridge here?
Before we put the fridge here.
And built the cupboard.
And built the cupboard, yeah. Now that I have the wires connected here, the AC wires, I'm gonna just heat shrink them just to help protect them from corrosion. assembled the filters. Again, they have amazing pictures in the manual. You don't even need to Google anything, I swear. Like, I have 100% confidence that this is going to work out. There's the 5 micron filter, 20 micron filter, and this is the carbon filter. And then there's check valves. So it's all, once it gets set up, it's all automatic. And then the flush timer and everything is here. I'll unscrew this. What took me a little bit of time was to figure out how to put batteries in here. And actually what you have to do is pop this, and then you have to pull on this. But you have to pull a little bit harder than you think you should, but it comes out. And then you just put the 2 batteries in here, and then put it back in here, and pop it. So now it's time to install this in my cramped dungeon down there. So I'll see you down there. All right, welcome to my under counter layer here. The one thing I forgot to put on, which I just did under here, is this T-piece right here. And I've pre-drilled 1 hole in here for mounting this the filter setup. So it's a bit awkward down here to get this in with 1 person, but it's doable. So now the last thing we have to do under here is just connect all of these pre-filters up. So this it's just a press fitting, you just press them in. This pre-filter, these are the pre-filters. So we're connecting the boost pump right here. This line comes down from the boost pump and it goes to the pre-filter, which runs through here and here. And then we have to connect this side over here. Just had some tape on it so I wouldn't get any dust in it. So we have to connect this side over here, and this goes to the high pressure pump. And then this little line here gets put in here. And this line goes to the panel. So now everything we have to do is out there. We do have to connect this. This is the freshwater flush. So I'll just connect this real quick off camera, and then we're gonna be connecting the panel up, and then we should be done.
Well, it's getting pretty late and we're both pretty tired, but we're almost done, so we're gonna power through. We've cleaned up a bunch, and then the last thing we've got to do is kind of connect these hoses up to the panel, which I've got resting on my lap face down. So, and then connect the panel up into the spot we've made. This one's the really salty water hose. It's under high pressure coming from the membranes out to the panel. So I'll connect that one first. So next I'm going to connect the electrical for the high pressure pump, which is 120 volt, and for the boost pump, which is 24 volt. Now this line goes from the T that Darcy just put in at the pre-filter to the boost pump pressure gauge. Now this line brings the production fresh water from the membranes to the flow meter on the panel. Next I'm going to connect this short line from the flow meter out to this TDS meter. TDS meter is the total dissolved solids, so it basically tells you how good the fresh water that you're getting is. And finally, this line will take the fresh water to our tanks. So I'm going to connect it to the other side of that TDS meter. We're just going to run the production freshwater line to the deck plate fill for the tanks, and we'll plumb it in later. Well, the panel is on. We found this bit of wood on the boat. We'll stain it later and make it look nicer, but otherwise we're pretty much done. I think it's been a really long night doing this. We should probably go and get some sleep, and we've got full water tanks, so we're not going to turn it on now, but we'll see you in the future when we turn it on, check how it works and make some water. But for now, I think that's time. I'm going to press stop. And
hold on, you can't show everybody yet because they have to guess.
That's true. But in the future one, whoever guessed this... Well, it's now been 15 days since we installed the water maker, and we're almost out of water from our tanks. So today's the day that we test it out, turn it on and see if it works. According to the instructions, all we have to do now is flick on the boost pump, wait a couple of minutes, we should see water coming out this discharge pipe. We should check for any leaks, and then we can turn on the main pump and start dialing up the pressure. We've opened the seacock, so that's the last step. All we need to do now is flick it on. Here goes nothing. Well, we've got water coming out now. We've checked for leaks, and there's a little dial on the boost pump that we've turned up, and now the pressure's at 15. Next step is to turn on the main pump and check for leaks again. Sounds good? Alright, so that's all going well so far. There's no leaks, and because the boost pump pressure dropped down to 10, we just had to turn it back up to get it to the 15 again. Next step is to slowly turn up the pressure on the main pump because it's the first time we're using it. We have to check for leaks as we go to make sure there's no problems as the pressure increases. So that's this one we're watching. And it's slowly going up. We might go check for some leaks too. Well, we've done another leak check at 600 psi or 40 bar. Almost there. That's it. Now we can see if we've got fresh water coming out. Okay, so now to check the fresh water that we're making. There you go, you can see it coming out nicely. Because it's the very first time we're using the water maker, we have to let it run for about an hour before using it to fill our tanks. So there you go.
We're done.
We're done.
Woohoo!
Super exciting. We've let it run for about an hour now, so it's time to taste test. Looks clear, but so does the seawater here. It's good. And I don't really like water that much, so it's really good.
Come on. It's water.
Nah, it tastes really good. What do you reckon?
Ah, it's delicious.
Well, we've done it. We managed to install the water maker in a single day just using the booklet that Seawater Pro supplies. And we've tested the water, we've tasted it, and it's delicious.
It's absolutely awesome. So remember, if you want to enter the competition, you have to like the video, subscribe to us, and comment how many hours and minutes you think it took us to install the Seawater Pro water maker.
Yeah, we'll draw the winner randomly in about 2 weeks on Friday the 2nd in our usual Friday video. And until then, we'll just see you tomorrow in our normal Friday video and each week after that.
Yep. Hope you liked the video. Bye.
See ya. Cheers.
I really do like this water.
Yeah, it's good. And we have water now, yay.
Oh, it's so good. Good job.